It's 1947. As World War II has come to a close, the tensions between America, a capitalist country, and the Soviet Union, Russia, a communist country, is steadily increasing. Both these nations have supreme power, and soon a great battle begins, the Cold War, consisting of these great and powerful empires fighting to prove their dominance. It's now 1957, and the tensions between America and the Soviet Union are tighter than ever. This is the beginning of a new competition for the two countries, the space race. A battle which changed history, and both parties aiming for one thing, outdoing the other and essentially getting a man on the moon.
On May the 25th, 1961, President John F. Kennedy set a challenge for America to get a man onto the moon by the end of the decade. On the 16th of July at 11:32 p.m. GMT plus 10, the Apollo 11 successfully launched. On the 24th of July 1969, the United States became the first country to successfully land 2 men on the moon and place a flag on its surface. What were the conditions on the moon? Gravity is measured at meters per second squared, or m/s squared. The moon's gravity is 1/6 of what it is on Earth, so it has a 6-to-1 ratio. The Earth's gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared, while the moon's gravity is 1.63 meters per second squared. Because the moon has very little atmosphere, the temperature changes drastically daily, with 123 degrees and negative 223 degrees at night. The temperature on the lunar south pole is 32 degrees, which is not too hot compared to a hot summer's day here.
Why can't you see stars on the moon? Stars can't be seen on the moon as the moon has very little to no atmosphere, which means that there is no atmosphere to spread the light around. So when astronauts take a photo and they use a fast exposure, it is not enough time, which means that they won't be able to get a good enough pictures of the bright Earth or lunar surface. It also means no stars. So to get the stars in the image, you need to have a longer exposure time to get everything in the photo, which can be very difficult to do.
Why does the flag appear to be blowing in the wind? The flag was designed to be folded up and stored in the leg of the ladder on the Apollo shuttle. The flag had 2 poles on the top and sides of the flag. The idea was that you could pull both poles out, revealing the American flag. While on the moon, one side of the flag did not pull out properly due to the wrong coating being applied to it. This resulted in the flag not fully extending, and what should have been a flat flag ended in a flag having a ripple in it because it wasn't fully extended. This is what gives it the illusion that it looks like it's blowing in the wind, when actually it's not. Having perfect intact footprints. Due to the moon having no atmosphere, there is no wind, and any water present is in the form of ice, so there isn't anything which will cause erosion to the footprints, leaving them intact.
Why is there no imprints for the lunar module, but there are footprints? There are no imprints for the lunar module due to the moon dust being disturbed when the module landed. The dust settled almost immediately after this, leaving imprints of the footprint instead of the module. Due to the moon having 1/6 of the gravity on Earth, the force of the engine was spread out and not forcefully hitting the surface of the moon. It only had enough force hitting the surface from a downwards motion, that it is just unsettled the dust on the moon and did not tear up the dirt, creating a crater.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now. Neil, we can see you coming. Okay, I just checked getting back up to that first step. That isn't collapsed too far, but it's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. A little more, about another inch.
In my opinion, I believe the moon landing is real, as there is lots of evidence suggesting that it happened. Although there is evidence saying otherwise, there is just not enough compared to the proof that is saying that the moon landing is real.
I believe that the moon landing was real, and that all the evidence is there to prove that it was real and that it wasn't a hoax.
Okay, now I think I'll do the same. A little more, about another inch.